Hello, hello, hello. I have something amazing here today. I am excited about this. Excited. Generic Play-Doh in white. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. From the Dollar Tree store. Yeah. Oh, Papa Dog. Oh gosh, it smells like a dream. Oh my gosh, it smells good. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is the best. It smells like vanilla. Vanilla. Oh my gosh. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Factory new. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Smells like vanilla. Very awesome. This is the way this feels is so incredible. Wow. So squishy and bouncy. Nice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh. It's amazing. Oh, it's creamy. It smells so good. Oh, it's amazing. Listening to Jiddu Krishnamurti talking to David Bohm, and I thought this looks good with the red fingernail polish because it reminds me of the fairy tale Snow White. I will never have long fingernails. Tried that once when I was 21. I promptly broke some. It does not work for me. And fingernail plastic things, veneers, I'm not gonna get those either. What's the point? I can't even work with my hands if I have long fingernails. I like the way it looks on other people, or if it would look on my fingers, but I can't work with it. Can't be doing artwork with long fingernails. I have to like circumvent when I type on the computer. No, I type like this with the very front pads. So, and that is much better and much faster. This is awesome. It's an awesome color. It's not a complete white. It's a real nice off-white. Real nice off-white. I love off-white. Love it. It's gorgeous. Holy means wholesome. Oh, my sweater matches my artwork. I'll show you. Yeah, it's the color of my sweater. Isn't that nice? Yes. Creamy vanilla. I love it. I've always loved this stuff from childhood on. Always loved it. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm gonna make something with this. I'm gonna be forming it over a container. I'm not sure yet which container I'm gonna take. I have one over there, but this amount is not gonna be sufficient enough. I'm gonna be needing several of these. And then I will drape them over the container. And I will give the container 2 eyes, one on each side. And I'm going to use some of the other colors as well. Pepper dog, alright, alright. For some reason, when I make videos with this tablet here, it does not allow me to upload a photo, a selfie, to make a better looking selfie than the snapshots. So it doesn't allow me to do this. So I always end up with some real funky snapshots. snapshot suggestions. I have 3 to choose from: clown, mega clown, or super old granny. I can choose. Usually take clown, then it's better than mega old granny. Depends on from which angle my face is shown or how my face is when I talk. So I'm always have a lot of expression and a lot of crow's feet expressions and very face like this here with this like this material. I love the way this looks. This is really awesome. I'm using Wet n Wild cosmetic. I don't know about the skin products, if they are so healthy, but one thing is for sure, they don't test on animals. They have given this, I don't know, promise or something, and they have let people look behind the scenes, and so Peter gave them the bunny label of cruelty-free cosmetics, and that's why I buy Wet n Wild and not any other nail polish from other companies, because I don't know, there are probably other vegan cruelty-free nail polish companies, but I get mine at the Dollar Tree store, so that's good enough for me. I don't need to spend a whole lot of extra money on all of those paraphernalia. I need to save the money for dog food, which is expensive, because we're only buying the best for him. So, the best for him, the second best for me. I mean, I don't know. This is not even, this is not second best. This is awesome. It's just second best price. That's awesome. So when it comes to stuff like that I put on my skin, this is probably also okay, this material. So, but when it comes to skin creams and makeup, I have only been buying Veleda and Dr. Hauschka. So for that I do spend more money. But I always get very good prices on Amazon. I have to say, much better than on their actual websites, or much better than on those other beauty supply websites for Dr. Hauschka and Veleda. So, and those are really the best companies for cosmetic. And I also decided, because I bought 2 different types of concealer. Today I used my own self-made concealer, and I noticed that I can make my own self-made concealer much better, actually. I can make a stick with it. I can even fill it in something like this, in a Tupper container like this, and then it will be like this, concealer, like this, and then I just dip my finger in and I dab it on. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. That's what I'm gonna be making. I also like the sticks that get rolled out, that come out of the tube. This stick tube type of thing looks so good. I love the way it looks, but I don't know if I'm gonna get the consistency right, where it is just the right consistency to come out as an even consistent stick like this, where I can actually dab it onto my skin like this. So I will have to do a lot of experimenting, but that is more like for making it really perfected, making it salon ready, making it commercially ready. But it doesn't have to be in that consistency necessarily. I'm gonna be experimenting with that. I'm gonna make a beeswax and olive oil base, and I'm gonna mix in zinc oxide powder into the warm solution to mix it as a warm solution on the stove. You can use level 1 for that. And make sure you stir it well. I always stir it with an infinity sign. This gives energetic power. And then I let it cool, and then it will be still in a very like a lotion or lotion type of consistency, and then I can start adding the the white kaolin clay powder, because that's gonna be thickening this whole thing up very, very strongly. But that's what it needs. It needs most, like the highest percentage of it needs to be white kaolin powder, and it will have some red kaolin powder in it, just a little pinch of it. Because if you put just too much, it will become too deep pink, and then it will make the skin reddish. So it has to just be the right. If it's like this color, then it will be too white. It will come out like a clown face, which I have done in the past. And people in chat rooms, when they see just a little bitty icon of me, this little photo of me, and if I just have the slightest bit of too much of this, this white in my makeup that I made myself, people will notice this white. This is amazing. It is amazing how people can pick up the slightest deviation from the accepted norm. It's always interesting to me to see this, how they can't figure out math, they can't focus on school, on anything, they can't differentiate between the politicians, whether they have good intentions or bad intentions, but they sure know when your makeup is not exactly as cookie cutter prescribed and dictated by peer pressure and society and Vogue magazine and stuff like that, and Cosmopolitan, the way that dictates to us. So people will say, your face is too white. Thank goodness some people came to my defense and said not everyone wants to be having a bronze color. Bronze makeup, self-tanning lotion or whatever. Some people are okay with their own skin color, but yeah. But I think it did make me look whiter than I actually am, because just a tinge, because I didn't get the coloring just right, and people can pick this up from miles away. in the smallest of channel icon photos. It's just remarkable for me to see. Also, they'll just interpret who you are from this little bitty photo. And if you are just having not the best of days, if you are Facial features are not representing total self-esteem. And if there's a minutest frown or something, people will pick up on it, and they will pick on you. You bet. That's what the ego does. The ego is there to pick up on the minutest of things in people's photos, and then they go for it. And they themselves do not show themselves at all. No, 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 no. They show Darth Vader or a sword with lightning strikes or a red motorcycle in this color or a red in this color, a red Camaro Stingray. Okay, so maybe with some Carrera stripes on the side. And they will come after you and they will say your makeup is minutely off social norm and off what's prescribed to us as hot. You are a dork, officially denounced. That's how it works. That's what the ego does. They have massive training in it. They have 2 doctorate degrees. They have worked overtime on learning the minutest, socially normed minutes. It's phenomenal for me to see. I'm not making fun of it. It is a bit funny, It is a bit funny. I do snicker sometimes, but it is really, it makes people's lives miserable. It not only makes the people's lives miserable who are being nitpicked apart on the internet, of course. It makes their own lives miserable. Nitpicking all day long on other people is a miserable state of mind. It really is. You know what's much better? You go to the Dollar Tree store. Everyone can do it, just, instead of saving money for the whiskey bottle, why don't you today just drink a bottle of Crystal Geyser from the Dollar Tree store, and you pick up there are 4 of these for $1. 4 of those. That's quite a lot of Play-Doh for $1. So you can do it, and you can get yourself some nail polish, the men too. And then you can make a video like this and talk about your nitpicking experiences and tell us why you do it. How does it feel? I'm not joking. If we actually did this, can you imagine how everyone can heal their wounds? And there's a reason why you do this. There's a reason why people constantly bully and troll. There's a reason for it. They're miserable. They're freaking miserable. Threatening, trolling, bullying, researching people even. Yeah. So one time I pissed someone off because I called him man boobs. I'm not doing this anymore, by the way. So I'm, man boobs because he's eating meat and it causes man boobs. And obviously I must have stepped on a landmine with that statement because he dedicated his whole life to debunking me publicly. No one even knows me, but he still tried to debunk me. He went on researching me, found me on Facebook. What, are you, some kind of scientist? Hey, thank you for the compliment. That wasn't so bad, was it? That wasn't too devastating of a statement to me. So he had to figure out some much worse things. Wow, he found out my real age. Oh, you're 47? No, that was several years ago. Now I'm 53. Yeah, now it's like, whoa, are you old? You know, as if that's something someone can help. That's like, hello, I can't make time stand still. Sorry. And then he started to brag himself up that he is a super person. That's what the ego does. You know, that is what the ego does. Because obviously I hit a spot there. And it is a very, very painful state to be in, what these people are experiencing. You know, those people that would kill someone, those people that end up, you know, in the psychiatric wards or in prison, jail, that are getting psychiatric evaluations. And yeah, technically, that's my view on it. They're all criminally insane. All violent prisoners are. Okay. But that's not, I don't see that as a reason to reduce the prison sentence. I don't understand how that suddenly, miraculously, should reduce a prison sentence. So I don't get it. Sorry, no. This is all politically very too correct for me. I don't like that stuff. No. I don't like the 3 strikes laws. No. I want to see those people. They need to be booked. No. But the prison system definitely is not making these people well or better. That's for sure. No. That is definitely. But that's all we have right now, and these people cannot be outside, you know, researching someone and then coming after them and killing them and raping them and whatever, you know. That's not going to work. Sorry, it's not going to work. That's not going to help them. It's not going to help the world. Acting out with violence is not going to work. That's not going to work for anyone. Not for the person who acts it out either. Does not feel good. Particularly not in the long run. It does not feel good. Anger does not feel good, you know. I know it from my own life, from my own experiences. I've been angry a lot in my life. It doesn't help me. Does not help me move forward with my personal psychological development and healing journey. The only path is the path within oneself. And express yourself with art. That's the only, if they did that in prison for people, they could help them heal. They could help them understand. These people also don't have any clue that there are options other than hate and anger when they feel stepped on by someone. They feel stepped on by all kinds of people that never even intended to step on them. So, but that's what the ego does. The ego always thinks he's being stepped on. No matter what people do, it's insane. I wrote a book, you know, I will put the link under this video for anyone who is interested in taking the journey within themselves and becoming serious about healing and introspection and stopping the act outs, because they're not going to help you. They're not going to help anyone. They're just going to cause more stagnation and wars and more confrontation and gang mentality. It certainly boosts the gun manufacturing business. You know. the NRA, and yeah, that's all profiting from all this conflict and the dualism. But it doesn't make the world a better place. It just makes it worse and worse and worse. So the NRA, they don't even want to hear taking guns out of the hands of those who are mentally unstable. You know, they just want to sell as much as they can of their gun variety that they have in their stores and on the internet. They want to sell. It's about money. It's about greed. They don't think making the world a better place. They all ridicule anyone that wants to make the world a better place. So the real peace comes with art, introspection, love. Love even if you are hurt, you know, to say, I'm jealous and I wish her the best. And I really want her to be happy, and I'm happy with her. I'm rejoicing with her happiness, you know, of being wanted and whatever. You know. Even if I'm alone, no one wants me, I'm happy for her being wanted. That's a powerful, powerful state of mind to be in. That's so powerful. That is something that goes against the entire drug mafia, because they live on people feeling really low. They want to sell people cocaine and other terrible things, bath salts and whatnot, all this stuff that completely rots people's brains, causes people neurological damage and Alzheimer's. And there are people who are 25 and have Alzheimer's because of drug use. That is not what you want, trust me. So the drug mafia, the under the table drug mafia, and the over the table drug mafia, they are washing their hands with each other. Yeah. They do this here. You got it. You got the dough. I got the dough. I got the dough. I got the Alzheimer causing dough that makes you feel good for 1 hour at the party, and I got your dough for it, the money dough. And that's how it works. And they want nothing to do with empowerment, introspection, self-healing, because then they can't sell you the dough. But you know what? If you empower yourself, you don't need to eat any of these doughs anymore that are not good for you. You can go to the Dollar Tree, get the Play-Doh, Play-Doh, generic dough. Yes. And you can play with that. And you don't have to go to a party. You can stay at home, drink orange juice, and play with the Play-Doh, and have fun. And say, I'm a child for right now. I want to be a child. Every bully's inner child wants to be a child, but they're too afraid because they have been bullied out of it by their fathers. So question your fathers, who are in turn also victims of the same mechanism. Question them, don't hate them, try to help them if you can, but the best thing is get the heck out of there. Okay, get the heck away from people and friends and family, anyone who bullies you, anyone who says something mean. My grandfather always bullied me. I had to get the heck out of there, okay, in order to help myself. I could not stay in a toxic environment like this. There's no way, you know, no chance. No chance I let my grandfather and mother continue to bully me for the rest of my life, or for the rest of their lives. That's not gonna happen. Sorry. Yeah? We need to value ourselves. We need to value our own brains and bodies. And that means not catering, not giving in to those who bully or those who dictate anything to you. You know, dictate fashion or what you wear or how you have your hair or your skin color or your makeup or whatever, or the way you talk or whatever. Get away from all of those fascists. Get away, far away from them. Wish them the best, but move on. That's my message to the world, really. Feels good to do this. It's very therapeutic, very healing. Yes, Papa Dog. Papa Dog always gets uncomfortable and moves around when I have the slightest bit of a brain struggle going on, the slightest bit of duality going on. He does that. And Kenny did too. He would always be like this. It's like, no, not again. You're thinking, struggling thoughts. And so those are my teachers. I tell you, they are my best teachers. They keep me calibrated. They remind me, oh, you just had a very dualistic thought. Yes. And I do have dualistic thoughts when I think about violent criminals or people who are violent bullies on the internet who cause teenage boys and girls to commit suicide. Yes, I do get angry when I see that happening. I do get angry at the bullies, rightly so. That's why we need to breathe, because staying stuck in that anger, whatever, however rightly it is not going to be serving the world, okay? It's not going to be helping us. It's going to keep us stuck in that depression and that anger and that grudge. So stepping away from the big picture, you know, with Jiddu Krishnamurti, and seeing people for who they really are, seeing the situation for what it actually is, you know. They are all victims. They are ignorant. They are not educated. They had very, very adverse education, not just no education. They had adverse education. They had anti-education. They were anti-informed. They were adversely informed in their lives. So it's very difficult for them, you know, very difficult. They are in a frenzy they think they have to bully others to protect themselves. That's a frenzied mental illness state, okay? It's one form of mental illness, it's antisocial personality disorder. It's actually, there's a psychiatric terminology for it, you know. So psychopathy, narcissism, you know, all of this falls into, those are all these separate terms, but it all falls into the same causality. You know. It all has the same causes, root causes, and that is they are desperately trying to figure out a way to make their lives so that they never have to be hurt again. But the problem is they don't understand that their behavior will trigger others and make them hurt them. Yeah, so the safest way to live is if you don't hate anyone, but you know, that in turn that's a very tricky thing again, very, very tricky, because that will be hijacked by people who say, oh, it's all relative, you know, or that will say, they will take suffering makes you grow. They will take that and run off with it and make something very terrible with it. So I talked about this before. There are many of those. There are many gurus who will say something like this, and so they can just lean back in their lounge chair and say, "Oh, suffering is good, thus I'm not going to help anyone." That's that attitude that they have. So that's a terrible, terrible, terrible attitude. That is a very selfish thing, and it doesn't make the world a better place. So there is a truth in it, but that vibrates on a completely different realm. Okay, we live in the 3D. We live in the reality here on this planet with high gravity, with there are problems occurring. People have fear. There's a lot of existential fear and anxiety going on, and the people that are not restful within themselves, they will elbow their way through, and they will kick and hurt others in their way, on their path. And so this in turn causes a terrible chaos and agitation state on this planet. So that's why it is so utterly important that we meditate, that we go within ourselves, and that we listen to Jiddu Krishnamurti, Dr. David Bohm, Dr. David Shainberg talking to the Buddhist scholars. And there are some great Buddhist scholars out there, also Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche and Pema Chodron and Adyashanti. There are some great people out there, Teal Swan, Eckhart Tolle. There are many people, Esther Hicks, that have something to say to this. Okay, listen to all of them. Don't be stuck with one. Don't declare one. Don't put one on a pedestal and say, "This is my God now. This is my guru." Don't make that mistake. Listen to them with an open mind. Don't worship them and don't condemn them. Listen to what they have to say. And you grow from there, and read tons of books. Tons and tons and tons. There's also a very important scientific book out there that I read that I was absolutely fascinated with, by Dr. Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief. It's a very excellent book on epigenetics and how epigenetics actually has an effect on our neurology and even on our ways of thinking, and on the way we conduct ourselves. So very important that people become aware about their own biological mechanisms. Very, very, very extremely important, because all of that knowledge, that real solid knowledge, the factual knowledge, is gonna empower you and make your lives better. Okay, so you guys take care. Bye bye.